Jeffrey Charles, and welcome to my world, High Velocity. It's a brand new show about relationships. Everybody has to know where to go, or maybe you've been somewhere in a relationship that you don't want to go again.
Just because you're living in the same house, dwelling in the same place, doesn't mean that you're committed to one another.
But, and then sometimes we say, it's over there, whatever.
Not having a mother around me a lot, I always struggled with commitment.
We'll have open forums.
Was there a lot of pressure that came with being Martin Luther King's nephew?
I did not know Dr. King. I knew Uncle and Mel.
Okay.
It didn't hit me, to be honest with you, till I was about in the 6th grade.
So we'll talk about all of those things. We'll also have entertainment.
Peace to Lauryn Hill. Woman, you give me chills, and I know I need to take a trip to Zion to give thanks every day that I get to kiss your lips.
Girl, I'm gonna put you on top of a love song.
You never know what's going on the new show, High Velocity. We'll give you more when we get back.
What is your name, sir?
Jeffrey, my name is Alexander Carrington. I'm a printing broker. Been in the printing business for about 30 years.
What's your name, young lady?
My name is Amira Muhammad, and I am actually a store manager. I've been living in Atlanta for about 11 years, and I work currently at Georgia State University's bookstore. I'm the assistant director there.
Great, great. And this gentleman that flanks your right side over there.
My name is John Dean. I am currently one of the top 10 personal trainers here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. We just want to open the floor for a lot of different things that goes on. And I think that the best way to do that is like the lady goes first segment. We're going to do that. What do you have on your mind, Amira?
Well, funny thing is, John and I actually are engaged.
Okay.
So to sit and have a forum and talk to the world about what goes on in relationships is very interesting. You don't get a chance to see that from young African American couple very often.
Okay.
And one of the things that I think as a people that I've seen us struggle with is commitment.
Exactly.
But I'm just interested at this age, with us being in our mid-30s, early 30s, what is our thoughts on commitments now? And, him and I getting engaged, what is his thoughts on it? We talk,
exactly.
But what does he really think about it? Is what
exactly.
I'm curious about.
Well, I'm sure he thinks his answer to you is going to be sincere. I'm quite sure. Now, I have a question. My thing is, a lot of things are about relationships are not rocket science,
exactly.
But other things are. Mm-hmm. Like you mentioned with commitments and the things that you see when you're coming up. Say, you're used to seeing your mom and dad together, great relationship, bringing you up. But then you or say your brother or whatever, say your brother, I don't know if you have a brother.
No.
But if you did.
If I did.
And you're watching your brother, and he's a player. Mm-hmm. And he's 35 and 40, he's still a player. Mm-hmm. But yet, he saw his mom and dad being committed his whole life.
He saw mom and dad, but he didn't see mom and dad necessarily committed. Just because you're living in the same house, dwelling in the same place, doesn't mean that you're committed to one another. And a lot of times the experiences that you see from children is based upon what goes on in the home.
Exactly.
So when they're at home and mom and dad are there, they're not sharing a meal together. They're not seeing dad hug mom and say, I love you, I appreciate you. Or mom saying that, husband, you're my man, you're my rock. Those things are necessary for a child to hear. So. But just because you're together doesn't mean that you're instilling those values in them.
Do you want to interject on that, Alexander?
Well, yes, commitment is very, very important. As myself, I was raised by my father.
And this is the voice of experience coming from this gentleman too.
So not having a mother around me a lot, I always struggled with commitment.
Okay.
Back in the day, way back in the day, when I was a professional musician, I was here, there, everywhere. Commitment was not
like most musicians. Sorry, no offense to the musicians out there, but it is what it is, right? John, what do you got, bro?
Well, being committed, I definitely feel is important. I think a lot of men of my age or even younger have a tendency to, want to be in a relationship or say I'm committed, but don't truly commit. And that's very important. If you're going to commit yourself, you got to dive into the pool. Whether you know how to sink, either you're going to sink or you're going to swim. But you
exactly
go in feet first.
Right.
And I think a lot of times as men, we tend to say we want to be committed, and then you find that person that, hey, this is a good woman, she does this, she does that, and you think all the things that, hey, I don't want to lose this good value that I got over here. But, you know, as men, sometimes we tend to, oh, what's over there, you know, whatever.
Right.
But, you know, you have to think of what's important. You know, basically always say, my dad used to say to me, do you want steak or do you want hamburger? Make up your mind.
Right, exactly. When you let go of your boys, you know, women have a problem with that.
Say, wait. It's not a matter of letting go.
I mean, you always have your friends.
See, we as women, we're not asking you to let go of them.
When they become more
We're just
important.
asking you to prioritize things
Absolutely.
differently. So the boys are always going to be there. It's just a matter of where they line up on the totem pole. And it should technically be God, and then me, you know, our family.
Okay.
And, you know, they can come down somewhere at the bottom, but they're still there somewhere.
Okay.
They're
But see,
there.
that's
Absolutely.
my
Okay.
that was always been my problem.
Okay.
I need to find a lady like this. This my brother.
Understanding, right?
Because the
Okay.
ladies that I have met in my past, and I've struggled with them not understanding extracurricular things that you need to do as a human being.
Right. What I think is usually a sad excuse for a man, it could be for a woman too, for someone who is married or almost married, if you will, to say stuff like, well, you know, she pushed up on me, you know, well, you didn't know how to say no, you didn't know how to explain yourself, or, you know, what do you think about that?
I think sometimes when you get in a relationship, and I've seen it happen, and I've tried to be very conscious of this, you get comfortable. So the things that I used to do to him when he would come around and come in the room, be like, ooh, baby, you look good today. Or I stroke his ego. It's my job to stroke his ego and tell him he looks good. So when he goes out there and he hears it from another woman,
Right.
it's like falls on deaf ears.
But what's up with the guys who just too macho and, you know?
I have had problems with my relationships. Now I am so glad this is a beautiful couple here. They're about to get married, embark on a beautiful future, and I praise them, I bow to them. But finding that right mate, you know, I mean, I'm a senior almost, and I still haven't found.
It's difficult. It's very difficult.
Very
And
difficult.
it's great that you say that you can learn from someone a little younger than yourself. It doesn't always have to be someone older that you learn from.
Yeah,
When do you take a relationship and say you're engaged? You have some people that's been engaged for 13 years. What's up with that? And why is that too long? Or is it?
Are they living together already?
Or is it something that the two of you agree on? So at some point, somebody got to say, okay,
Well,
when is this going to happen?
I think, I'm sorry,
No,
I'm a
okay.
talker. I do this to him all the time, forgive me.
I just wait to get in. I just get in where I fit in.
It's all good.
Well, we've been discussing it. After the first year of us dating and everything, we started discussing, you know, future plans. And, you know, just the possibilities. We call it the possibilities.
And that's good. What happened to the old days when a guy would go out and shop for a ring and he'd bring it back and she just ecstatic?
Well, those days still here. They're
Sure.
here. But realistically, we live in a new era.
Right, exactly.
So for you to want the relationship to thrive and for me to be extremely happy,
And be happy.
you will want to ask me what my tastes are.
Exactly.
So that's just like me going out getting you some shoes or a watch. I know men are big on watches.
It's hard to buy man's shoes too, I would think.
It would be important for me to find a watch that you're going to rock all the time. Or some
Exactly.
shoes that you're going to wear with your jeans or whatever, what have you.
Okay.
This is something that represents us. So I want to wear it with pride. So I think it's a good idea just to ask me what my interest is. Is it a solitaire? Is it a cluster? I don't have to pick out the exact ring, but find out what category I'm looking for, and then we'll both be happy.
Okay. It's one thing about our show, High Velocity. It's going to be all about relationships, and we'll always do forums. In fact, again, we're going to get you an address where you can send your questions and possible topics that we'll discuss right here on this stage. I'm Jeffery Charles. More High Velocity in a moment. How you doing, Isaac?
I'm doing good, Jeffrey.
It's good to see you here today, man.
Hey, man, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Now, was there a lot of pressure that came with being Martin Luther King's nephew
Not
coming up?
Not most times. I mean, every now and then there was, but the family did a good job.
Okay.
Basically saying to all of us, you know, be your own selves.
When did it first hit you as a kid that your uncle was somebody majorly, you know, big?
Actually, it didn't hit me, to be honest with you, till I was at about in the 6th grade.
Okay.
I did not know Dr. King. I knew Uncle Emil.
Okay.
And I say that to say, my memories of him are literally like he was a guy I played with. You know,
Okay.
an uncle.
Exactly.
We come from 4 generations of black ministers.
Okay.
So you know, there was I didn't see any difference when I saw him in the pulpit preaching. People gravitating towards him. I mean, I saw that with my grandfather. I saw that with my uncles.
Okay.
So it really did not hit me. And he was such a down-to-earth person.
Now, one of my big questions is, okay, you're a Morehouse man, right?
Yes.
First of all, you get a lot of play being a Morehouse man for the women, right?
Well, let me just say we were strategically located across the street from Spelman.
Oh, yeah.
So we never had any want for female, you know.
Exactly. Okay, I like the way you put that. That was great, man. That was really great. Now, so say you're out, let's go back to your college days.
Okay.
You're out at a club or you're kicking it at the King Center, an event or whatever. Did you get approached by a lot of ladies?
I did, not just because I was Dr. King's nephew, but also
because you're a handsome guy.
I wasn't a bad-looking guy, but you know, I had a pretty nice. As a freshman, I had a pretty nice car.
Okay. All right, which is rare.
So that helped. Well,
exactly.
I wouldn't say it was rare, but
yeah.
it definitely helped. So I guess I presented a pretty nice package.
As far as relationship goes, who is your ideal female? What type of woman do you seek?
I seek a woman that I can get along with.
Right.
And I know that sounds general, but I try not to pigeonhole myself like that. I mean, I've been through that, you know, the 10 great steps of 10 great attributes, and I'm looking for.
Exactly. You kind of just have to feel your way through it and just be yourself.
I mean, you know what you want.
Right.
But at the same time, you know, what you want might not be in the package that you think that it should be in.
Exactly.
If that makes any sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
You tend to, when you have that check-off list, sometimes you tend to start looking for a package that you think has got it, and you miss really the package that's got it.
Now, for the women, you being a single man, not just the nephew of the late great Dr. King.
Yeah.
What is your ideal night for a woman? How would you romance a woman? Your first date, a woman that you're about to go out with.
Well, I would try to find out first, if I could, you know, what interest the woman has.
Exactly. Okay.
If I could not pick that up, then I'd probably go with the basic standby, which is a nice dinner out. So I would try to determine what type of food she likes, and then I'll proceed to find, you know, one of the best restaurants in town.
Okay.
Exactly.
Well, you know, it's great having you here, man. And in fact, we're going to invite you back. We may just do an Isaac Ferris hookup.
Hey.
You know, is that a possibility on the show?
I'm a single man, so I'm certainly, you know, available and looking. So.
Well, thank you for coming to the show.
Okay, man.
All right.
Good.
All right.
All right.
More in a moment on High Velocity.
All right, Jeffrey Charles here on High Velocity, the relationship show, which will always feature live entertainment. Of course, right now, we're going to flip it and give you some spoken word. His name is Simply Spoken.
Repeat this. The more I spend time with you, the more you become my weakness. Looks to kill for. A smile I would eat my last meal for. If I could control the moon, we would have moonlit picnics at 12 in the afternoon. Enjoying old school tunes and gentle breezes, coupled with gentle squeezes, enjoying subtle teases. fingertips tracing, hearts racing, inhibitions erasing. It's like I stopped wanting to be single the moment I lay eyes on you. Too fine for my mind to comprehend, and all I can do is just shake my head and smile. Woo child, peace to Lauryn Hill. Woman, you give me chills. And I know I need to take a trip to Zion to give thanks for every day that I just get to kiss your lips. My ego doesn't even take any more trips. Everything else comes second place to the feeling of your warm embrace. Longing for just a taste of that sweet honey that I see before my eyes. Wait, you're more like an intoxicating, inviting tall glass of Long Island iced tea. And all I need now is my tangy twist of lemon and a satin napkin to wipe my lips. The satin pillows for my knees as I drink from between your hips. So alluring, don't stop pouring and I won't stop drinking. I'm thinking, being with you and being under your influence is what's up. Being with you is what's happening. And I'm not even trying to think about the alternative. All I'm trying to do is be down with you no matter what. I am spoken.
All right, we're back now. Time to get your groove on with a live performance on High Velocity, where we will always feature an up-and-coming artist. Here in the ATL, give it up for Kasim.
This your girl's favorite love song. It's your girl's favorite love song. Guaranteed to turn her body on. Turn her body on. Don't stop, do it. That's all you keep telling me. Face down, arch back, hitting ankles perfectly. Pillow crunching, talking sheet. She's silhouetted free. Picture breaks a perfect gray of shadow dreams. Listening, shorty, tell me what you wanna do. I'm feeling on your mind, got you losing it. Can't keep your mouth shut. You're in your air like a nasty song. Girl, I'm gonna put you on a love song. Shorty, tell me what you wanna do. I'm feeling on your butt, got you losing it. Can't keep your mouth shut. Yep, I'm in your air like a nasty song. Girl, I'm gonna put you on top of a love song.
I'm Jeffrey Charles. Welcome back to High Velocity. As we close out this show, believe me, it's only going to get better the next time you view us. We'll always have a great artist performing. You never know, maybe a comedian, but always a celebrity interview. But the show is always about relationships. And we'll have an open forum about relationships at all times. In fact, if you have an open forum idea, the address on the screen, make sure you send your correspondence there. If you're a new up-and-coming artist and you like to perform on our stage on High Velocity, also send in your materials to this address on the screen. May you have enough happiness to keep you sweet, enough success to keep you eager, enough wealth to meet your needs, above all, enough determination to make each day better than yesterday, but most importantly, enough sense to get out of a relationship that is no longer working for you. Enjoy yourself.